the tale of the monster cannon, the story of the Schwerer Gustav. In the annals of military history, few weapons evoke as much awe and fascination as the Schwerer Gustav, the largest caliber rifled weapon ever used in combat. This mammoth piece of artillery, crafted by the engineers of Nazi Germany, was a testament to the extremes of human ingenuity and the madness of war. Beginnings in the shadow of conflict, the story begins in the late 1930s, under the looming shadow of World War II. Adolf Hitler, in his relentless quest for dominance, envisioned a weapon that could penetrate the strongest fortifications. The Maginot Line, France's formidable defensive barrier, stood as a symbol of impregnable strength. To counter this, Hitler demanded a gun capable of obliterating the massive concrete bunkers. Enter Gustav Krupp, a name synonymous with steel and artillery. Krupp's engineers accepted the daunting challenge, setting in motion the creation of a behemoth. Over a span of 3 years, they designed and constructed the Schwerer Gustav, a cannon unlike any other. The Schwerer Gustav was colossal, measuring over 47 meters in length and weighing nearly 1,150 tons. It required a railway to move. Its barrel alone was 32.5 meters long, capable of firing shells weighing 7 tons each. These shells, when launched, could travel up to 47 kilometers, delivering devastating explosive power. Transporting and assembling the Schwerer Gustav was a Herculean task. It required a crew of 250 soldiers and a support team of 2,500 men. A specially constructed railway track was needed to maneuver the gun into firing position. The sheer logistics of moving this monstrosity were staggering, reflecting the immense resources Nazi Germany was willing to invest in their war machine. The Schwerer Gustav saw its first and only combat action during the siege of Sevastopol in 1942. Sevastopol, a strategic port city on the Crimean Peninsula, was heavily fortified by the Soviets. The Germans believed that the Gustav could deliver a decisive blow to these defenses. In June 1942, the Schwerer Gustav was brought to the front lines. Its arrival was a spectacle in itself, with thousands of troops and civilians alike gawking at the monstrous cannon. After meticulous preparation, the Gustav was ready to unleash its fury. Over several weeks, the Gustav fired 48 shells at Sevastopol. Each shell created massive craters, obliterating bunkers and tunnels, and causing unimaginable devastation. One of the most notable targets was the White Cliff, a fortress carved into a limestone mountain. The Gustav's shells penetrated 30 meters of rock, annihilating the stronghold. Despite its fearsome power, the Schwerer Gustav's impact on the overall siege was limited. While it caused significant damage, the Soviets held out for weeks before the city finally fell. The Gustav, though impressive, could not single-handedly turn the tide of battle. The Schwerer Gustav's story is not just one of engineering prowess, but also of the burdens that come with such greatness. The cannon was a logistical nightmare. Its massive size and the infrastructure required to transport and operate it made it a prime target for enemy aircraft. The Germans had to employ extensive measures to protect it from Soviet bombers. Moreover, the Gustav's limited mobility and slow rate of fire made it less practical in the fast-paced dynamics of modern warfare. By the time it was ready to fire, the strategic situation often had changed, reducing its effectiveness. As the war dragged on, the Schwerer Gustav became more of a symbol of Nazi excess and desperation. It was a reminder of the regime's willingness to pour vast resources into projects that offered little strategic advantage. The Gustav represented a bygone era of warfare, where size and power were valued over mobility and efficiency. In 1945, as the Allies closed in on Germany, the Schwerer Gustav was dismantled to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. Its remnants were discovered by American troops, who marveled at the sheer scale of the weapon. The Gustav, once a symbol of Nazi ambition, now lay in ruins, a relic of a brutal and destructive chapter in human history. The final chapter of the Schwerer Gustav story came in the spring of 1945. With Berlin under siege, there were rumors that the Gustav would be deployed for one last desperate stand. The idea was to use the cannon to break the encircling Soviet forces, buying time for a potential counteroffensive. In a dramatic climax, a special train carrying the Gustav's massive barrel was dispatched towards Berlin. However, as it approached the city, Allied bombers attacked the train. In a fierce battle, the train was derailed. The Gustav's barrel was damaged beyond repair. The last hope of deploying the monster cannon in Berlin's defense was crushed. This final act of destruction marked the end of the Schwerer Gustav. The weapon, which had symbolized both the heights of engineering and the depths of human folly, was now just twisted metal and shattered dreams. It stood as a stark reminder of the futility of war and the limits of human ambition. Today, the story of the Schwerer Gustav serves as a historical lesson. It is a tale of engineering brilliance overshadowed by the horrors of war. The Gustav was a marvel of its time, yet it also highlighted the destructive path humanity often takes in the pursuit of power. Its legacy is a reminder that the greatest feats of engineering can also be the greatest follies when driven by the machinery of war. Thank you for watching this epic tale of the Schwerer Gustav. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most colossal weapons in history and want to discover more incredible stories from the past, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join us at Epic History Facts for more fascinating and detailed explorations of the events and innovations that shaped our world. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow history enthusiasts, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Together, let's uncover the epic moments that defined history.